Hey everybody, it's me, Melody. Welcome to my stream. If you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Okay, so let me see if anybody is in the comments. Hey Terrence Barnes. Hey Kit Clouds. Then we have Jay the Conqueror. Hey Jay the Conqueror. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about why do Black women use the system slash child support against Black men. So I have a guest and he's going to help me talk about it. So let me bring him up. Hey Excalibur.
Hey man, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
I'm all right.
So what are your thoughts on this topic?
It's a that's a very big topic right there. Oh, what do you want to talk about the
About the
over? Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, why do Black women use the system or child support against Black men? Why do you think?
Uh, it's a lot of reasons. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times, it be due to a lot of fallout in a relationship, and
Okay.
due to that fallout between whatever broke up the relationship between him and her, they usually fall back on child support system because they know that's a guarantee. That's guaranteed money, and that's guaranteed control.
Right.
Control over the child, and also control over him. And I'm speaking about this because I'm speaking about this from I've been through
All right. So, what do you mean you've been through it? Can you explain?
it. I got 4 kids, and my oldest he'll be 20 this year, and
Mm-hmm.
I was on child support throughout his whole life for the most part. And now I
Wow.
got and now I got a younger son, and it's done started with him too. It's not that I don't take care of my kids. It's because it's control over me. When I
So,
say yeah,
I was gonna say, so you've been in your kid's life, you've been helping out, but your child's mother just wanted more. She wanted to put you on child support to control you. That what you're saying?
that's exactly what I'm saying. But it's I mean, it goes. If you ask her, she'll probably have her certain reasons, but ultimately, it's for control. Once once a woman has a baby, usually she's going to be considered the custodial parent. And once
Right.
she's considered a custodial parent, I mean, you're depending on how she feel, all she gotta do is file some type of paperwork, and now you inside a courtroom trying to figure out visitation and trying to decide how much of your money you're gonna pay to her household. But she has to pay nothing.
That's crazy. So pretty much you're paying for her. Not only are you paying for the kid, but you're paying for her to get her hair done, her nails done, and all of her stuff as well. Because you know she's not just using it on the kids.
The the money is called child support, so it should be used for the child. But that's what I mean, that's not the case. When that money come on that card, they spend it how they see fit, and they'll say they spend it how they see fit because they feel as though they taken care of. Because, like I said, most women are the custodial parent, you know. So
Right.
they are. So the child is with them majority of the time. But I just don't think it's fair because a lot of men get for the most part, they get back down in the parenthood. And when I say that, I mean a lot of times in the black community, we don't set up. We don't prepare to have a child. We have sex, and then before you know it, she like I'm late. I ain't get my period yet. And then before you know it, now we going through baby procedure with no preparation. And that's how, you know, a lot of black people have their kids. Not all, but you know, that's how it happened. And then with that, a lot of people be young and it's a monogamous world. So a 19-year-old woman gonna think a 20-year-old man gonna be monogamous to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that start happening where he's not monogamous, now she's feeling some type of way. And now they break up, and now he's on child support, even though he love his kid and he take care of his kid, and he's in his kid's life.
Right. Yeah, that all makes sense. It's sad, but this is what goes on in black communities.
Now that's not to say that you know what I mean. I just don't I don't agree with the child support system. Period. A lot of women are gonna say that it's necessary, but they use Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam fills in for a lot of fathers. Uncle Sam fills in and provides public schooling. Uncle Sam fills in and provides Medicaid and Medicare. Uncle Sam
Mhm.
fills in and provide urban league, after school programs. Uncle Sam steps in and provides. Uncle Sam steps in and provides a better father role for a woman. They believe than the black man that's right in front of their face. So they'd rather deal with Uncle Sam than a black man.
Right, I agree with that.
Because all they gotta do is fill out papers and make sure they recertify and everything is all good and they ain't gotta deal with nobody cheating on them.
Exactly.
It's sad. I'm summing a lot of it up, but you know what I mean. It's for the most part that's pretty much how a lot of it play out, and it is sad because a lot of kids be brought here when they shouldn't be because there is no preparation, there's no birth control, there's no accountability. You know what I mean? A lot of the women nowadays believe it's on a man to stop them from getting pregnant.
Right.
And that's crazy. And that's absurd to me. I thought it was on the person to protect oneself. So these women be out here having unprotected sex and then they begin pregnant and then they decide to bring life into this world with somebody who they even decide if they even like beyond tomorrow. But they bring that baby here because they know they could get their little Section 8. You know, they could get a lot of subsidy help once they had that baby. Once that man ejaculates in her, she could get a lot of help after that.
So you basically saying it's planned. Women know what they're doing when they get knocked up. They're pretty much just doing it for the government assistance and the money.
No, these women love children. They be wanting the baby to be here, but they don't be picking the right person. And then a lot of times they just be having the baby and not even thinking ahead of time.
So, or sometimes it be just like the man just want to bust a nut. He ain't expecting a child, and boom, there's a child, and she doesn't believe in abortion. So now she's gonna go through with it because it's gonna kill her. You know, no pun intended. On inside is gonna kill her deep inside. That someone she terminated a life, and now it's like now both have to deal with the consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now they both have to deal with the consequences, like someone in the comments said, the consequences of sex, positively or negatively, depending how you look at it, or if it was planned or not, is a baby. You know what I mean, and you know what I'm saying, I feel like as a man, if you don't want no kids, wear protection, pull out, don't fuck. There's options, or for the woman, watch who you fucking. Because if you do end up getting pregnant, at least maybe is the dude a stand up guy? Will he be able to take care of that child? You know what I'm saying,
Right.
so child support has its positives, but I do feel like it has its positives though. Because there are dudes out there that ain't shit. Like if you're gonna have a child, man, like whether you was planned or not, like, dude, that's still your seed. Like, you know what I'm saying? You should do your best to take care of that kid. That's just my personal opinion, you know.
I do agree a lot. I do agree with that. But in this space, you hear a lot of men saying women do use child support against black men.
Which I mean, because I felt like, I mean, kids aren't cheap regardless, though.
They're not cheap, but they put men that shouldn't be on child support
Mhm.
men that's active in the child's life.
Oh, oh, oh
That's
yeah. Sometimes,
constantly
and
paying.
sometimes, you know what's crazy? I feel like sometimes, child support is actually gonna end up being cheaper for him, but it's just gonna be a hassle.
Nah,
It's just being on paperwork gotta be a headache. Like, yo, why you putting me on paperwork? Like, we could co-parent, or we could handle this as adults. You don't have to put me on paperwork. But
Exactly.
yeah, I understand what y'all mean. I understand it could be a headache dealing with court, and sharing your child, like, yeah, oh, I can only see my kid like during this time frame. Like, yeah, I understand. I understand it's a headache.
Exactly. So, Blue, what are your thoughts on this?
Um, Female do definitely use the system. Um, we can see they definitely do use the system, and they can get ahead by using the system. So do they pick? They definitely need to pick better men that they have sex with, and men need to pick better women that they have sex with too.
Facts.
I
That's
always,
true.
I have family members and friends, and sometimes they ask my advice for certain things, and I tell them, I say, hey, don't fuck yourself into a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that sums it up. Like, you can fuck yourself into a problem. So watch who you
Fact.
fucking.
That is true. So what do you guys think about men getting locked up over this?
I'm glad you said that because um people think that the child support system is necessary. And this is why I'm gonna tell you why it's not necessary. Men should take care of their kid, but the child support system is not necessary. Let's say let's say I just start a job and I set up for my child support to come out direct deposit out my account, right?
Mhm.
It's gonna take time for all that to link up. In that time frame, if them payments don't click, there's a warrant. Now my license is suspended. Now I could be driving somewhere doing something. Now I get pulled over. Now as it is 2021. Now I got a cop pulling me over, coming to my window, all because she want money. All because she want money that don't even belong to her. I got a cop coming to my window, telling me to put my hands up, possibly maybe get shot, all over money that don't belong to her.
There's black men who lost their lives dealing with women.
All over money that does not belong to her. So do we need a system like that where they use the police to go get that money? Well, we
Nope.
can't even deal with the police, period. Now we're using them to go get that money now. They bother us every day. Now we're using them to go get that money for her. Do we need
That's
that?
a good point. Kevin Murray says child support is the only debt that men can go to jail for. That's facts. I agree with that 100%. I personally know many men who've been locked up, good fathers and they're in their child's life, but now they're in prison. It's ridiculous.
But don't, I mean, fuck.
And
Yeah, I
places,
mean, it got to be a crime. I mean, when I think about it, it got to be a crime to have a kid and
And
not be
not
able
take
to.
care of it. You're
Right.
right.
It,
exactly.
like even like it should be like even more than anything, it should be like a morally, it should be a crime.
Who do you blame for that? Men don't have babies. Who do you blame for all the illegitimate children out here? The men or the women? Men don't have babies.
Oh, both.
Listen,
Both.
man. Hey, shout out to the panel, man. But what we cannot turn a blind eye to the numbers and the numbers of child support. Like, there's only 20% of these men that are having 80% of these children. I guess with that's fucking 80% of these women. If you even look at the child support the system, you would think that, especially with black men, we're just running rampant and not paying child support. There's only a small percentage of the men that are not doing that. Like,
What
there's a perception that it's on a large scale, like we're just escaping that shit. The deadbeats are about 20%. And those are the people that are getting most of women pregnant, and people need to mention that more. And the reason I mention that, man, is like it points further how we're almost like lab rats, because what's that? Was it that Pareto principle? 20%. Was it 20% of anything? Pretty much, like if you have 20% of sales people, they do 80% of the sales. I mean, 80% of the sales. It's 20% of the men that are producing. I mean, are fucking 80% of these women in the black community.
What's more expensive? You taking care of the child just outright, or child support?
outright?
It's probably outright.
Outright.
No, they shortchange themselves a lot.
A lot.
Especially with the men that actually have resources and are actually doing things, because
So they actually playing themselves. A woman is playing herself.
Dependent.
No, I'm a personal testament to that. I tried to go to the table with my ex-wife many times, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just too new. She couldn't get over herself or whatever. But she insisted on letting the courts handle it, and then she got a fraction of what I was already giving her. So she played herself.
A lot of women use the court system because it provides them control. They get enforcement. They get to use the sheriffs as their bounty hunters.
They use the child as leverage and whatnot. Because I mean, at the end of the day, any man that has a kid, they want to be around their kid, at least see their kid.
But the thing about it is what they end up doing is they put themselves first, and what they do is they end up shortchanging the child. Because if you have if you have somebody at war with you as a man, after a while you'll be like, man, fuck this. She's at war. She's trying to gut me. So you know what? I probably, when I picked up my son, I probably would have did some extra shit for him, but you know what? He's already getting child support, so I'm not gonna give this bitch anymore. I'm not gonna buy him school clothes. I'm not gonna buy him. Yeah, I'm not doing it, because the thing about it is she's gonna benefit from that. And in a short, I mean, I hate to say it, like some people are forced into those situations where and when they know they have the leverage, that's when they're the most they're awful. Like, I'll give you an example. I go pick up my son. Like, there was for a while there, I was used to go pick up my son, right? And I guess these ratchets and these hood rats and shit, they got a strategy of like they want especially if she's a problem baby mama, you know what she'll do? Before you pick up your son, she'll call you or text you to ask you to pick up something. That way it's kind of almost like she's like trying to start trouble with you, because if you don't comply, it's a strat. They do it.
Bro, that's the worst.
I thought it was fucked up. I thought it was really fucked up, but they actually do that shit.
Yeah, just to have a reason to start a fight. Like,
yes, yeah,
I got a question. How many of you guys on here haven't been on child support?
I'm on child support currently.
I haven't children,
but it's easy money for me. I mean,
it's
nothing.
I just hate the fact that they can use the police to go get that money for them, and and they'll go get it because they don't mind getting it, because they want problems, and they want while they going to get that money for her, they want other shit to arise. You know what I mean? Let me see what I can find when I'm searching for this warrant and for him. And now
Yeah.
other problems come out of that. And she don't
No,
care. It's all over money, and she don't care. And the baby ain't even getting it anyway.
no,
So,
it's definitely a hustle, man. And if anybody don't think it's a hustle, it's a fucking hustle. Like there'll be like women that wait 10, 15 years. They'll be under up like another dude, right? That's taking care of all their shit, and like leave that person off the child support. But soon as like that relationship doesn't work, guess where they're going to get that back child support? Guess where they're going? They didn't need all that time, but now it's like 10, 15 years down the road, and they see that guy doing good. Guess who they're going after?
the the funny thing with child support that was crazy with me when you sit down and they go through it, right? If she's a custodial parent, she there's no money that leaves her household whatsoever. The only money that leaves a household is your household. You still have to maintain a house for yourself and a house for your child to come over to. But
Right.
while you're doing that, you're also paying into her household.
Um,
And that's what they love. While they still messing with another motherfucker who's paying into their household for the time being until his ass out, and then another one is in there for it's a merry-go-round for their ass. They all trying to find the next Mr. Right, and they ain't never gonna find him till they fix their attitude.
I agree 100%. But black, like, I hate talking about black women because I'm a black woman myself. It's weird, but it's true what you guys are saying. Like, these black women, they get on government assistance and they put their child's father on child support. And then they go and get their hair and nails done and buy clothes. It's ridiculous. And the kids be walking around looking bummy and poor. Did you guys ever see that before?
Definitely.
I go through the shit. I've been going through this shit for 20, like for not for 2 years. Like you know how like sometimes you'll be like, you expect the good in some people. You'll be like, nah, there's no way. That's her kid. She couldn't do that. And then you'll pick up your son or you pick up your daughter, and then they have like stained clothes. They got the worst outfit on. The worst outfit on. And you're like, damn, she
Jay,
didn't do
sounds
that.
very
There's no
funny.
way.
I'm sorry. I'm not a self-hater. He's always being funny. All right, you can go ahead and continue. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's like sometimes you just like you'd be like, man, it just boggles your mind that people are that nasty. Like that nasty, the worst shoes or whatever. And then as a father, especially if you care about your kid and you're not gonna let that ride, you know what I'm saying? And I've been there many times. I'm like, man, you're not gonna have my son looking like this. There's no way.
Exactly.
I go ahead and I'm gonna take you immediately to the mall. We finna fix you up. But that's what they want you to do, though. That's the thing. It's like if you do think with your heart, you're gonna spend money. You're definitely gonna spend money because they got the system rigged heavily in their favor, especially if you care for your kid. That's a no.
It's it's a setup. So we don't need the child support system, but we do need the guys to take care of their kids out here. But
Fact.
we definitely don't need no court systems in between them.
So you said you have 4 kids, Excalibur.
Yeah.
How many, if you don't mind, I know this is a little personal, but how many of them are you paying child support for?
Currently one, my youngest.
Okay, so just
I'm currently paying child support for my youngest because I'm dealing with somebody currently else. I'm dealing with someone else now. When I had a job and I was on the road a lot, so I was on the road for a lot of my youngest son's a lot of beginning his life. So when I came home, that me and the mother we never was gonna get along anyway. But when I was on the road, every time I used to come home, although me and the mother wasn't together, because we had a son together, I did the Family Guy thing, and I gave the impression of we were together. So
Right.
then when I did meet somebody else, you know what I mean, and I kind of abruptly stopped with all the family stuff when I did come home, and it was just I dealt with him, I dealt with my son, and then it was just him, and then I go on about what the new person I was dealing with, and then that created problems. I
can see that.
And that's why I'm on child support now for my youngest son. He's only 2 years old, and I'm on child support already.
Ridiculous. So, Kevin Murray, this is a good question. How about when a woman is receiving child support and still has another man living with her and taking care of her? Like, that's a good question, guys. What's your take on that?
Like I said, soon as it ends, guess who they're going after?
Him next. He better hope he don't have a baby with her, because then he'll be the next one. They had a movie.
He doesn't have to have a baby with her either, too. Depending on what state, they can make him pay child support for a kid that's not his.
They remember back when they had what it was Don't Be a Mess, Rodriguez Juice in the Hood, Dashiki.
That chick.
That's Dashiki.
Yep.
Hey, but this is a sad reality. Is if she messes, like, for instance, if you're let's just say if you're a 6-figure dude, right, and you mess around and just have one child with some of these lab rats, I mean, she's living good, especially if she can get another dude. Like, and the weed man, and the liquor man, and all that. I mean, some of these lab rats are living like the life right now, because they fucked around and got somebody that was successful to have a baby with. They're getting that check, and plus the dude that they're living with, and then whatever extras. So, listen, bro.
Babies are investments to them.
Oh yeah. And earlier somebody was talking about women, especially if a woman already had one child, she knows when she can get pregnant. Don't ever believe that accident bullshit. They know when they're fertile. Like, don't fucking believe that shit. Huh?
The only time is an accident is with that condom breaks.
Right.
That's it. But other than
they
that,
know.
Everything is planned.
They know.
Exactly.
That's why, like, a lot of people say, like, we had this baby to try to save our relationship or whatever. They know.
Nope,
they know
exactly,
when they're fertile.
Exactly. That's all planned.
That's all planned. Especially
from more of her side than his. Because, like I always said, women has the final say-so when it comes to sex. They got the final say-so who want to stick that raw penis in them. And unfortunately, as much as they want to expect us to bring condoms, even if he doesn't, you still got the final say-so to say, nah, you better put someone on that Jimmy, or you ain't putting it in me. But they didn't. So
no, they know their bodies better than anybody else, and then there's certain shit that comes out of them that they know when it's that time that they can get pregnant. They know it, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like shush.
Yeah. So don't believe that accident shit. The condom breaks. That's probably the only.
Or the contraceptions that they have and everything too.
Oh yeah.
And depending on the guy also too. Like,
right.
Also too, if they want to abort it, they would have. They want to still keep it, then that's definitely planned.
Yeah, you haven't, like, how does these one night stands end up with babies? Like with these, with these people with resources. Nah, the hell, you know what the hell you were doing. You know exactly what the fuck you were doing, man. It's crazy. I know so many people that are like one night stand babies. I know it's crazy, but if you think about it, man, there's a lot of them out there.
We all know those.
That's crazy though.
Is it, Will? And Zero, thanks for sharing my stream. Yeah, guys, please share the stream, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. But let's get me to 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost there.
Zero, why don't you come up here,
Yeah.
man, so we can vote to get the zero drop.
Zero, he said, awesome panel, vote all in favor to drop Mel. See, Mel, why they don't like you?
Zero,
Man, you guys ever
Yo, Zero,
watch
come
that
up
show?
here, man. We gonna have a twerking fun for you.
Zero,
Big
come
just
up,
twerk on him and shit.
come up and
Hey,
speak your mind.
you guys ever watch that show, Paternity Court?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Why? I mean, why is it always focused on one particular sector of America?
Hey, we sell.
I don't know. I don't know if this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Black
you know,
people
if
sell.
others like sectors of women are having like sex with, you know, two or three people in 1 week, and don't know who the baby daddy is.
There's a million ways to make a money off a black person.
Are we the only one doing this? I'm being facetious in a little bit, but are we the only ones that are doing this? You know.
And look at the Maury show. Who's mostly on the more times?
Hey, man. You gotta understand the psychosis that they put the rat race mentality within us, and then of course it's gonna break a lot of people. A lot of people ain't built for this, you know what I mean? To mentally make it out of life, to make it through life. You know what I mean? A lot of people be gone. I'm 40. People be gone. Everybody from when I was in high school, these people was looking dried up. Everybody who was the man in high school fucked up now. Every girl who was the woman in high school fucked up now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, sometimes I'll be feeling embarrassed for those chicks. I mean, as a man, you know what? I'm made to you know, just to go out there and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're letting 2 or 3 people shoot up the club in you in a short period of time.
Cum dumps.
That's why I'm sorry like that.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even, you know. But you're letting 2 or 3, 4 people like in a month shoot up the club. Like, that's terrible.
Women think they can fuck as much as men. That's why. They think they pussy can be used just as much as a man's dick. They don't understand that that's their future baby incubator that they just wearing the fuck out.
Let's put it this way. Just because in our natural state we were born polygamous doesn't mean everybody could be polygamous.
That's because we're American.
Exactly. That could go for American. That could go for anywhere.
America is monogamy.
Not just human nature, period, and everything. Because we all born polygamous, but doesn't mean we can handle it the same way. Men can handle polygamy differently than a woman can, and it's mostly because of childbearing. Woman can have 1 baby per year, unless she's having twins by that one dude and everything. But other than that, they can carry 1 man's seed or seeds for 9 months at a time. We can procreate with millions of females.
Real quick, guys, let me shout out this Cash App from Blue. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the Cash App donation. And also, please subscribe to Blue TV if you haven't already. He's a new content creator. I put the link in the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe. So what is your channel about, Blue, real quick, before we move on?
Oh man, we do talking about stocks, relationship, business, spiritual, how to build your mind up mentally to do things. A lot of people can't do things because they don't build their mind up. Just motivating people and trying to make them wealthy mentally.
All right.
That's what the show gonna be about.
Okay, and I heard you guys were collabing, you and Excalibur.
Yeah, we talking about it.
Okay, perfect. All right, you guys can continue the conversation.
You talking about? No, I just had a question. You talking about stocks, like investing in the market, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, stock, cryptocurrency, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Oh, crypto.
cryptocurrency. Just trying to I don't know too much about stocks, but I'm learning about it. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a good thing because people shouldn't be intimidated by what you see. You see them numbers and you see everything. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck? But I'm learning.
Yeah.
I could break some things down. Somebody helped me. Somebody taught me. Excalibur.
I gotta check that out. Yeah, I gotta check that out. I got a Series 7.
So
yeah, I got a Series 7, so I know a lot about stocks. So
see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Everybody learns differently, you know. Yeah, they don't learn the same. Yeah. That's how you develop a strategy of your own to make money in it. Just learn the basic parts and then create your own strategy from there. Being afraid, the rest, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everything, because that's probably the key thing why people are so fearful. They want to be perfect now. That mistakes come with it.
I know the topic is child support, but I just want to ask you guys this question, man, because I've just been seeing these battles, especially in the Black Manosphere, and this back and forth, between like the content creators and all this type of stuff. I mean, do you think it's even viable for these last 3 generations that get their shit together, or you think it's a wrap?
Lost cause.
Yeah, I think
lost
so too.
Cause, it's only gonna be lost. This is what I said. It's a lost cause for 80% of minorities and 40% of Caucasian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, especially like in the Black community, because the thing about it is like every time I look at any panels or anything like that, and you have a discussion between Black men and Black women, and it almost seems like it's just it's a dead end conversation. It's like the Black women. I mean, to me, I don't think Black women are going to give up their ability to fuck whoever they want to fuck and not take any responsibility and let the government handle it. That's the deal. Yeah, I know, but I just think that they're not going to give up that deal, though. It's a better deal for them. Like I guess what could they put on the table? They don't have to negotiate, long as they have White Zaddy and the government behind them.
But they don't have to negotiate. Focus more on the younger females and stuff, because most of them now is like these older broads and stuff like that. Yeah, so I said they the mostly lost cause. You got some younger females trying to break out of the habits of what their mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers did and stuff. So I focus to be on the younger.
But they're like the worst poison, because they're thought into their 50s and they're poisoning all the young chicks. They're getting BBLs.
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, finish.
I said they're thought into their 50s, and they're poisoning all the younger generation of females with their fuckery. Like, I mean, how in the hell do we stop this train? And I don't think we can stop this train at all.
It usually
There's nothing we can do.
Like a generation or 2 or 3 to fully see the full change or something like that. So tell me, we got to start the domino effect somewhere. And the target has to be the younger audience.
Look, right now, what we're doing, people that's on YouTube and talking, is good, because now the younger kids that do listen to this, they listen to people that's normal people, regular people. And they're listening to people talking and trying to figure things out, and that's going to help them figure it out faster.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's going, okay, so I shouldn't grow up. I shouldn't be thotting. I shouldn't be hoeing. I shouldn't be fucking the next nigga. You see what I'm saying? By us talking about it, it's going to teach them that's listening.
Right. I shouldn't be having unprotected sex and having babies.
Yeah, it's going to teach them. The more they can listen to content like this, like regular people that nobody's trying to be seen. We want to be heard.
But how did we cure them of Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and get that shit out their bones?
Talking about it. By talking about it. When you see a video, you talk about it. Look, that video is cool video, but look, this how it's gonna make a motherfucker how a person gonna look at you. This how they gonna judge you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know,
Do
but
you want to
Everybody
be
not gonna
judged
be
like
celebrity
this?
lifestyle like her.
but if you turn any video and then you just like you see like
Oh
party in
shit.
Miami, you got a bunch of these like the same like that type of chick, and then you have all these thirsty hyenas chasing after them, and it's just like it's disgusting. It's just
It's
I feel bad because I got a young son coming up in this generation, and he might be one of these hyenas like
Nope,
in
nope,
the
nope.
future.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Right
if
there.
you say it, if you say it, it could be done. Your word is
Exactly.
Oh
powerful.
man.
Right now, you already
So if
know
you
the
said
problem,
it,
so you teach your son the actual realistic game, how to actual track trick chicks, where it really is. So you won't
Real
be a
quick,
thirsty
guys.
hyena.
Real quick, let me read these cash apps. Thanks for the cash app donation, Carlos Red. I really appreciate you. And then we have Eisen. Thanks for the cash app donation, Eisen. He said
Eisen, what's up, Eisen?
he says for my niggertainment subscription. Thank you, Eisen. I appreciate you.
Well, big
Okay,
up, Eisen.
so
I
I have
I
another
wish we had some
question.
more sisters up here because one of the things that is like, why do facts hurt so much? And it's just so like triggering.
Because
I
women
don't get
like
it,
to hear the truth.
Trigger. Wait. What do you mean
They
triggering?
like to be pandered to.
huh?
What do you mean
Like
triggering? Why would
if
they
you
be
tell
triggered?
because I know it's unflattering, but why does it like like just start this train in like in the more fucked up direction, and it makes them even more defiant and more reckless, more just just stupid. Like it's just
Okay.
like I see like them melting down when they hear these statistics that are unflattering. Instead of being like, hey, you know what, get some self-reflection, they just get worse. They get
So
combative. They get mad. You start their talking points, shaming points instead of fixing the problem.
You got to
I
remember who's the ones that's feeling that way. Remember, it's still the older women and stuff. There's still hope for the younger women, no matter what. You feel? You know what I'm
so
saying?
wait. The topic though. I just want to say something. The topic was, do they use the child support system against y'all? Right. That's the topic, right?
Yes,
Yes,
they do.
correct.
Yes, they
And
do.
say
Here's the
yeah,
thing.
they use it, but then the next question is, why do they use it? Because it's effective.
Because they want to control you. They want to control you.
But it's effective, right? So it's like if you're playing like a war game or even like a regular game, right? They got a winning strategy. So even if they do mess up in life, they got like fall safes to help them. So what is going to be your answer to that system that they have set up that benefits them? So they use it, it's effective, but what defense do y'all have against it ultimately? Other than
They want.
educating the next generation, which that's not going to affect you. It's good to do that from a human perspective, but what
There's a lot of
solution do y'all
feedback
have in
up
your
here.
generation?
Can you guys
Sorry.
mute up while he talks? Or somebody has feedback.
All right, here's the thing. They want to control you, okay? The best thing for a man to do is to pick the right queen and be on top of his own financial settings. The real rap, because if she knows everything about you, she's going to use that against you to try to manipulate you at the end of the day. I've been through it.
But half the men are running away from these rats. But for some reason, there's a segment that keeps like reproducing with these rats because 51% of the black men don't have children and they're unmarried, right? But these rats still keep getting pregnant
You
somehow.
got to remember though. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
30% of men is actually having a sexual desire to these females. Technically 10 or at least 15% are the ain't shit dudes that they complain about. So these females technically recycling the same dudes over and over and over. And there's a large percentage of us is like cleanup guys for they mess. What we got to do also too is get laws passed in our favors and not only protect dads that's doing their job actually want to take responsibility, but also dudes that won't get caught up for a child that's not theirs, and the laws making you pay for a child that's not yours, like that. So we gotta get our money and resources together, get laws passed in our favor.
Let me ask you this question: when a woman takes you down to court and she wants to just take all your rights away, and they control the children's head, do you feel as though you should really fight for that? If you got the judge against you and everybody's against you, why put all of your time into that? I'm not saying to be a deadbeat, but they're already claiming you as that already.
What do you mean by the judges against you? I mean, that's
Well, remember, yeah,
ultimate. You
this
got to look at the
he
laws. You got to
sounds
look
like
to the
biased
laws.
judges.
The judge, but
That's
ultimately
biased.
the judge has to administrate the law. So yeah, and like yeah, you could say that they're biased, but is it that they're emotionally biased, or is it that the system is being used in a way which you don't know how to perceive or deal with? So is that the situation, or is it just like, oh, they just don't like us?
I feel as though the system is biased. Yes, they automatically make the woman, the mother, the best parent. You know, regardless of what's going on, she could be using drugs, she's on public assistance. But the man, if he's for child support, oh, you're a billionaire. But when it comes to custody, they look at you as you're remedial. You don't know what you're doing. That's how I notice.
In every 50 state, or just certain states, like or certain districts of a state?
I feel as though it's every state. I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, so yeah, that's what I see it as.
We still got biased judges out there, no matter what state you in, yeah, and stuff. So just like I said, there's states that make you pay for. That woman can say you dealt with her years ago and everything. Well, if you was locked up, and then while you locked up, child support sends you the paper about you have a kid that's yours, and you going to appeal it, and you ain't got time to appeal it because you even know they sent it, or they say they sent it. So all that adds up for back child support pay. You get out of jail, mom, find out this kid's not mine. You did the test, it was proven that, but the court system says it's still yours, and being that you didn't appeal it, you have to pay the back child support.
Mel, is that your audio that sounds like that? It sounds really bad. There's a lot of feedback. I don't know who it is. Can everybody mute up? Let me see something. Mel.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not you. Then somebody on the panel has really bad feedback. I don't know who it is. What was the question, Mel?
Oh, no, I was answering it. I just finished answering it.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
All right, you guys gonna mute now and give your opinion. Hello? So, all right. So let me ask you guys a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. We're talking about the system. We're not only talking about child support. What about women using cops against Black men, like calling the cops for everything?
No, it's a playbook that I didn't realize existed until it was used against me. It's a play. It's definitely a play. The thing about it is it's a very effective play. I mean, again, if something works, why why not use it? It works. It works. Like for instance, like when we watch like Kevin Samuels, right? When he talks about he'll talk to a woman about why she left her husband, right? And then she's like, fishing for a valid reason. And but she can't really come up with one. What is her default is abuse. It's always abuse, domestic violence, or something like that. Or if she gets caught doing something out of pocket, it's call the police, so I don't have to take any accountability. It's a crutch. I mean, it's an effective play. The thing about it is, no matter what she does, right? If she can find the ability to dial 911 and call the police on you, everything that she done is erased, so she doesn't have to take any accountability, right or wrong.
Correct. That's right.
It doesn't matter. She could have beat your ass, stabbed your ass, but if she can call the cops and make it look like that you did something wrong, everything is erased. So it's an effective play. It's a first down for her every time. Like, who's going to stop that first down?
So there's no.
Are you going to stick around? Are you going to stick around to try to stop that first down?
You gotta remember who called first. Whoever calls first, they're gonna take their story more than yours.
Are you willing to take that chance? Are you willing to take that chance?
That if I'm with a girl and she hits me and I call the police first before she did?
I'm talking about, the cops arrive. Are you willing to take that chance that they're going to believe you?
Well, who called the police first?
It doesn't matter. I'm not saying, are you willing to take that chance. Roll the dice that you call the police on her, and the cops come there and they believe you.
Yeah, most likely, yeah, because I'm the one that called them over.
So I wouldn't do it, man. I mean,
But
God
see,
bless
that's
your
Yeah,
brother,
if
but I
you
wouldn't
call,
do it.
if you call,
wouldn't
they're
do it.
gonna have to. If you're the caller, they gotta respond to you by
Exactly.
law.
Right, but if she's hysterical and she just starts making, they can be very convincing, especially when they don't want to take any accountability. Are you willing to take that
But
chance?
you always gotta remember who calls the police first.
But here's the thing, I blame that on the man because you should be smart enough to know you got a woman that's hysterical that can lie like that. You need to get the hell out of it. You need to
That's what I'm saying. You need to get the hell up out of there, right?
Yeah. When
Because
you
if the
start
cops
seeing
come, even if you call, she can do things that make you look like the guilty person, and you don't know what the fucking happened. I'm not willing to take that chance.
Okay, so then wouldn't you just leave your house and go down to the police department and file a report in person?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is another problem also too. Like a lot of dudes got shamed and felt like they pussy for calling the police on their girl and everything because she's the one that's being abusive. And
Right.
we got to blame some of us at it too, because probably when we was younger, we made fun of dudes that was in situations like this and everything. And now it became so severe that now we don't even know what to do. Like we now scared of our own women and stuff like that. Yeah, and we know for a fact there's not a lot of domestic violence situations happen like that in the heterosexual relationships. The same sex, they actually got the most domestic violence relationships in same sex relationships.
Hey, Ruff, could you mute up, please? I'm trying to figure out who's making that sound.
Yeah.
All right, testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that was Ruff.
Yeah, I mean, if black men were really calling the police and were legitimately, doing all the cases of domestic violence against them, man, the sisterhood would be in some serious trouble. Because, shit, man, I used to see it all the time. The baby mama just throwing shit, beating a man ass, and he's not doing anything. I mean, I've seen that shit too many times. more times than I could. Some unruly baby mama just doing shit to the baby daddy. I haven't seen that shit too many times, and they ain't never called the police either.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? I mean, it may sound sick, but sometimes a lot of these women, they like to be gripped up because stemming from what they seen when they was a childhood. They may want to provoke the man to get like that so they can get to that point. That's how they can feel love. I've been through that situation before where a woman was always trying to put her hands on me because she was always saw that with her mother and father going into it. So you got to also, check their childhood, do a background check because a lot of that stuff they see, they feel as though that's love at the end of the day.
Oh yeah,
True,
that's the
true.
toxic relationship.
Some women are masochistic, Ruff, but also you got to take into account some women have like a complex fantasy that involves being rescued from an attacker. So what you may think is masochistic, you're really just playing the villain in her damsel in distress fantasy, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. No, you're absolutely. But you got to understand, like, when you have a dysfunctional creature, dysfunction is a drug. Like any type of fuckery, any type of turbulence, any type of destruction is a drug. I mean, that's why you have these train wreck shows like Love and Hip Hop, because or Maury or that shit. It's a drug. They love that shit. Any type of thing that be like, hey, you know what? This dysfunction, and I'm going to be able to not take any accountability for it. They love the shit. It's a drug. It's a drug. We see it too many times. It's a drug.
But I definitely agree. They're impulsive and they kind of work on instinct more than logic. And that is their instinct sometimes, is to be protected, which leaves you in a bad position. Like if you think about that scene, and many of you probably haven't seen it, but that scene from the movie 5 Heartbeats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep.
And they did that whole shy brother thing. And then, the dude, David Ruffin, he got the chick and he was about to walk away with her. And then, this big Debo dude comes out of nowhere like, I'm tired of having to protect your honor. that was her fetish. You know, to get her husband riled up, you know, to beat this dude up, that was her fetish. And sometimes when it comes to women who appear to be masochistic, their real fetish is, you know, to cause some hero to, you know, like he did this, even if it's the cops. He did this to me. Well, you said you liked it. Yeah. So that could be problematic.
I wish that somebody can do a survey. I wish somebody can do a survey, go to a prison and be like, you know what, let's get to the root of the problem. Why are you in here? Who put you in here? And let's just see how many women are connected to every dude that's in that bitch. Like, for some reason, like, the reason that they're in there is connected to a woman. Like,
yeah. I think most all of them are. Well, I mean, but I don't think that they. Rough stuff up. But yeah, I don't think that they really know it. I don't think that they really. No, honestly, because a lot of young men, what they do is they gravitate towards a lifestyle that they feel will get them women, and that lifestyle eventually leads them to prison. So they may join a gang or something like that, and then just a series of events, you know, from that initial decision when they were young and, you know, full of desire for women, led them there. But they just look at the last act. So, you know, even though it's not like a direct act for that, they like, okay, I joined this gang, and then 10 years later, you know, I got caught up in a RICO or something like that. So yeah, indirectly, I think most are, and also the guys who started to use drugs to. No, it is a thing. You know, women do. Yeah. So you know, that's a lure to that lifestyle for a lot of people, and you know, most people in jail, and I heard this from somebody who went, are there because of distribution of drugs or because of the crazy stuff they did while on drugs.
Damn, boy, it's crazy, man, that, you know, we got like a sector of the population, everybody's in a circle yelling at them, and they just not hearing it. Like, there's a whole bunch of people yelling at this, like these destroyers, these terrorists, and they still don't want to change. That's crazy.
They say when the cops investigate something like male crime, stuff like that, one of the main questions they ask is, was there a woman behind it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, there's damn near. Oh yeah, I mean, damn, I know, you know, a lot of people. I know so many people that the root was actually a woman. Like the disagreement was over a woman, or yeah, I mean, that shit happens all the time. Like, most dudes beef over money or women. That's pretty much what the two main reasons. They don't beef about anything else other than a woman or money. That's the two main reasons.
Sad thing about it, they beef over the woman as number one, and money is the last thing.
Right.
They treat one woman like it's money now.
Yeah.
Unfortunate but true. But yeah, I think a lot. I mean, like, and even when you look at Tupac Shakur, you know, who, you know, in his songs at least says that he, you know, was running the streets for his mother. You know, it felt good putting money in your mailbox. Like, what does that get you? That gets you in jail. Now, he won't say the story, you know, like he probably won't even make that correlation. But yeah, eventually that's why he's there.
The East Coast, West Coast beef was over. You got it. A woman.
Yeah. So,
Nas Jay-Z beef was over a woman.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just, I would say like a large amount of dudes who are in prison are in there for a reason. Hey, so I seen something that really tripped me out, right? I'll never forget this because you don't see stuff like this that often. So apparently in Sacramento County, I was watching like a preview to this prison show, right? And the prisons are like the women's prison and then the men's prison are in the same building. And they said that if you drain the toilet, you can talk into your toilet and you can hear the person on the other side if their toilet is drained too. So
yeah, I saw that they're having whole relationships in prison through
and they got
toilets.
married off of that. I'm like, y'all met talking through a goddamn commode and y'all getting married? Like that's it. So it's a trip what people would do for sex. It's like, really? You met her in prison while you was talking through a metal toilet. And she just happened to.
That's just ridiculous.
And
that shows you how much they ain't paying women so much.
It's dead. No, he's dead ass. I mean, it's.
no,
I
they
seen,
were.
I think
Yeah.
I seen it. Yeah, they fish through there. Like they send presents to the woman through there. They talk and have whole relationships through the shitter.
So no, they called it talking shit. No, I'm joking about that part, but it would be funny if they
didn't think about it. Yeah, they taking it off.
Right. Technically.
But the fact that you had to scoop out toilet water to talk to the chick.
Yep.
Okay, that's disgusting.
Oh man, I was cracking up.
What was that dude that talk about booty's more important than everything? And they talking about any butt with them, but shit, man, with the women Punani's better than anything. It's better than water.
Well, some is, but I'm not interested. I'm just like, I'll be focused on like reading and just getting out. I don't know. I've never been locked up, but the least important thing on my mind, I would assume, is talking to a damn toilet to hear a feminine voice. That's just, that was new to me. Like, but yeah, somebody else seen that episode, but it does go to the extent that people pretty much do anything for that gushy, you know.
Fact.
Like you know,
dog. If dudes are paying hundreds of dollars a month, you know what I'm saying, for OnlyFans and not ever touching the bitches, anything can happen. You know, anything can happen. So I don't, I wouldn't put it past anybody to talk through a shitter, you know, to get their rocks off. I mean,
true.
The thirst is real out here, man.
Actually, go for it.
No, I was gonna say the thirst is really real out here, man.
You know, when I realized that I had an ex, and this was before OnlyFans, or maybe it was OnlyFans, but I don't think it was. This was just like regular, you know, those video chat things, service and whatnot. When she told me, and she did that, but she didn't make much money. I think OnlyFans pays more or something like that, or maybe they have a different business model. She didn't make much money, not even like $1,000 a month. Like if she made $1,000 a month, that would be like a real good month. But dudes bought her panties, and it tripped me out that she did that. So it's like, yeah, that's the world we live in. Like you're buying panties, like used panties.
Are you serious? They bought her panties?
Yeah, like through the mail, and she would seal it up on the in the envelope in front of them, and that was their thing. I forget how much they paid, and it wasn't too often, but yeah, they I don't know if they smell it or if they got like a jars, like they keep it in jars in the basement or in the garage, and I don't know what in the world they do with it, but you know, like they buy it. They have a collection of panties, I guess.
There's a market for that in Japan too. They even have like a vending machine that sells them.
Yeah. When I heard that,
talking about, yo.
When I heard that, we're talking about the thirst. We're talking about the thirst that's out there. Like, you know, some people
they got a market for panties. Like
you,
they literally, wow.
Yeah.
They got a market for feet.
It's a niche fragrance market. If you think about it.
They got a market for armpits.
Oh, that's right. Lex said something. Yeah, one girl did sell her bath water. And I don't know what they're doing with bath water.
Are they drinking it like the same?
Well, is that like sex to them? I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know. I think that's just like incel overload or some shit. I don't know what the fuck. Like, you know, some people are just
incel overload.
I just don't understand. I mean, maybe it's just like, like maybe 20 years of jacking off. Like you just take it to a whole extreme level. Like I just
Like
don't.
I just want your fucking bath water. Like what? Like I don't want to fuck you. I just want your bath water.
But you're assuming that these guys are incels. Like maybe they buy the bath water of a woman that they like, and then they pour it in the bath of a woman that they don't like. Like they wife look like Roseanne, and they just take somebody else. Like this a big step.
Right?
Like I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know what goes through bath
You
water.
think they mix it with their lotion or some shit? Like
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
right.
this-
Incels don't
Like
really
this a
do stuff
fixer,
like
or
that. They
just
don't.
or just like put it in her
You
regular
said
water.
mix it with their lotion.
Yeah, this is they fetish. Yeah, incels, man, they ain't gonna buy stuff like this. They cash out. So they see it as a form of still solicitation for prostitution and everything. But regular guys, like guys that got extreme fetishes and stuff, yeah, they do stuff like that.
Well, I got extreme fetishes, but I mean, it doesn't, like it's not that particular thing.
Yeah. Yeah, some of this next level, like, I mean, just.
But I mean, this is the generation that we're living in, and I guess that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, these thoughts are not going to give this up. It's just too easy. It's way too damn easy. Like you can be a 5 and go online and just get money. I mean, it might not be a lot of money, but
it always been
get
like
attention.
this. It always been like this, but now they got a tool to double, triple what they doing now and stuff. And it's being put more out in the open, just like how pornography is now being put out in the open so much. It's no longer taboo. It's like the new norms. Now we numb to it now.
Nah, I mean, there's this app that I go on that does live streams, and like I'm just like, I don't even know what the right word is. Flabbergasted? Is that still a word that we use? But anyways, it'd be like these regular ass broads on there, and you will like the amount of attention that they get online. It's just it's remarkable to me. It's remarkable. I just cannot believe the amount of money that gets thrown in the way of gifts for just like a average run of the mill woman. And I can't even blame it on the pandemic. Oh yeah, somebody put that Bigo or one of those places. This is something special. I've never seen this in my 40 years on the planet. There's something else going on out here, man. There's this cannot be. No, the thirst level. I mean,
strong. Like the force, the dark side of the force.
I mean, are they taking oxygen out of the atmosphere to make the thirst level go up or something? Nothing has really changed with the planet to make men this thirsty. What's causing this thirst?
Men are single for prolonged periods of time.
Exactly. Remember what happened last year? Like, it exposed a lot of women how they say they don't need a man, but last year actually proven that with the lockdowns, and it was desperate. And it's the same thing with dudes. Like a lot of dudes that they ain't getting into the dating market out there like they're supposed to. They're not competing.
I don't blame the men for being thirsty. I blame the women.
For making the men thirsty?
Yeah, the way they're dressing, the way they act. When men are thirsty and they have the right to be thirsty.
I can't blame the woman on that. Yeah.
So you think
control of your own urges?
The surgery
dress that way because the men are thirsting for her. So if you got control of your own urges the way you're supposed to and everything, she wouldn't be dressing like that or having an ego boost like that.
Do you think the surgery is contributing to this reprogramming of men and making them way thirstier?
Of course, 100%.
Wow.
The surgery, the weaves, the Instagram, everything. I know women that call men thirsty but they're on Instagram with their ass out. I mean, like, no, you're the thirsty
I
one.
think everybody has their ass out nowadays.
It's funny.
Mel,
It's funny.
Mel made a good point.
You see a lot of females on there constantly disrespect men like men ain't shit, but yet these are your same clients that's giving you money on your OnlyFans on that crap, and you really admitted you ain't got respect for them. Like you want to say they misogynists and all that stuff, but those are your clientele that's paying for all these trips and everything. So,
I mean, Mel made a good point in that you do have to practice self-restraint, but you do have to look out the fact that you over-sexualize children at an early age, and like when you get into the psychology of it, it affects your brain. Like you don't even remember stuff as well when you're over-sexualized and over shown like a lot of violent images, like even just in general. So if you're doing that to a child, you're creating a certain response, a certain habit. You're already forming them to be, I guess, weak in that way or susceptible in that way. So in a sense, if you socialize them that way, then yeah, you can't be like, oh, you're thirsty, because like you train them to be a thirst bucket. So it's like you train them to be weak to that, so you can control them in a sense. Like that's obvious. So it's like, yeah, but ultimately you do have to practice self-restraint. But it is what it is. That's the environment.
But the dangerous thing is like you have Meg the Stallion. You know, back then you had Little Kim. Now you got Meg the Stallion. What's the next level of thotting? Like she's like I never thought that we would ever get to this level of thought. But what is the next level of thought? Like in 5 years, what are they gonna be talking about?
I mean, it ain't gonna be nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing that we haven't seen before in human history. Like it could get real perverse. Like if you look at the Roman, like it could get real. It could get super ratchet. It could get medium ratchet. But ultimately, it's like, what are the parents doing to allow her to be the main force? It's like, okay, she's out, but just because she's out, don't mean everybody should be. All the children should be given into that or seeing that as like the highlight of culture. It's something going on at the homes that gives her so much power in the first place. That's what has to be ultimately addressed.
But I'm just saying, how do you, like, what's the next level of Cardi B? Like, how do you, in ratchetness and thought behavior, how do you top that? What does it sound like? Seriously.
Like, what's after Cardi B, right?
What's after Cardi B? Seriously.
It's like next level.
Seriously. She's talking about selling pussy and getting trains ran on her. Like, I mean, what's the next level?
That's Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan 4.
I mean, porn stars becoming mainstream. I think Keith Murray in the chat said that. I think that's like your next step is porn stars becoming mainstream. Like
but I think she's already there, though.
To an extent. But
she's already
they might have them on TV shows.
They got YouTube pages now and stuff.
Man. Okay, I figured it out. You know what the next level is?
What?
Fucking robots.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. They already doing that now with the toys.
You're gonna have a fucking robot.
Robots now. Zach, AI is gonna advance.
Yeah, because you think about it.
She had $12K on getting these dolls.
The chorus of the song was "There's some whores in this house." Like the word "whore" used to be a very derogatory term, but now they're embracing it. There's some whores in this house.
They even I seen porn stars doing threesomes with sex toys now. I mean, boy, girl scene with one with a doll girl. Like what the
woman, man.
Yep. Boy, girl scene, and the third wheel is a sex doll. Like both the females grinding on the sex toy. Like.
So you think sex toys or sex robots isn't?
Yep, it might happen. Shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That might. Yeah.
I seen an episode like that on Rick and Morty. That little boy, he smashed this robot type chick, and she got pregnant with his baby seed. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, that shit gonna wind up happening.
Somebody said the word whore is a compliment. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they already taking it as a compliment, depending on what guys say it to them. So embracing it. So
there's really zero zero embarrassment from being a whore now, right?
Oh yeah,
Zero.
definitely. It's okay now. Feminism made being a whore okay.
Yep.
It's, women can use their body to get what they want. That's what they're preaching right now.
Sex workers is fighting crazy to decriminalize it so they can have to do their job.
Now, I guess it's safe to say girls was being whores when they was getting fucking Section 8 and shit, and the fucking what the fuck you were talking about earlier?
Child
What,
support.
child
Child support. She being a whore when she got child support. See,
And
that's the mental. She being a whore when she getting child support because she fucking with, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And the funny thing about it is, man, man, if you hear a lot of adult stars stories how they've been molested and sexual abused, yet you still in the adult lifestyle, making movies and instead of embracing your sex style, it's like, damn, that's the same root. Like your abuse became your pleasure. I mean, what type of whoa?
Hey,
So,
GC,
is there any word now that you can use to degrade a woman, or it's even if you call her a dumpster, that's still you'd be like, yeah, I'm like happy about that. Like, is there any word that you can degrade a woman now that's degrading?
This just depends on the guy. This guy how you like, they don't care. The guy
So
that they
she-
don't like is sexual trafficking. Yeah, they'll try to attack you and shit.
So you call her cum dumpster, if she likes you, it's all good.
Yep.
Damn.
Making excuses for those dudes.
Facts,
So we-
Blair. Let's not forget that chick, Sukiana. She's disgusting.
Who the hell?
So we
A chick on Instagram. She I think she was on OnlyFans giving head. She's disgusting.
Keith Murray, you're right. You're right. The word submissive is degrading. Compliance, obedience,
Yeah,
like those type of
submissive,
words,
yeah,
direction.
cooperation. Telling them to smile is offensive.
Smile, bitch. Smile. Come on.
All right, here you go. Here you go. You fucking moron. You's a fucking moron. That's she be like, damn, I'm a moron.
You can call her anything.
So we say smile, bitch. Smile, bitch. That's like how we cussing them out right now. You tell that bitch to smile.
You know what? The only way you can offend them now is to say something intelligent and smart. You having a conversation, they try to diss you. You're like, hey, tell me the meaning of what E equals MC squared is. You mother. You offend them.
Your mama black. Your daddy black. Who hurt you?
Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe, please.
Say
Like
something
the stream.
intelligent to them, man. Word. You educated, right? Okay. Tell me your educated thesis, but you could bring new.
Okay, so we have somebody new on the panel right now. We have E Black TV. Hi, E Black TV.
Hey, what's good? I'm sorry if my camera all fucked up, but
No, you good.
how y'all been, man? I love the discussion.
All right.
Thank you. We're right. So, what is your take on this topic?
I mean, come on now. What are we talking about? We talking about the same old stuff that black people need to, get in their roles?
Pretty much, yeah, we're talking about how black women use the system for child support or, to get a man locked up. What's your take on that?
I think, I specifically, I have a cousin. I have a cousin who has a sister. They both play different roles. One cousin said, you know what? I'm gonna let my baby daddy roll. He gonna get out. He gonna do what he do. If he come back with the paper, if he do what he do, it is what it is. But she gonna roll with how she ever gonna roll, right?
Right.
And then I have my other cousin who's just bitter. Who just she want, if he making $20 an hour and then the next month he making 21, she want that bump up. You know what I mean? And they live two different lifestyles, and I'm telling you, the sister my cousin who let it roll, she living a good life. And And I think these women want to have control over two lifestyles. If they have the opportunity and if they have the willpower, they can. If they have the willpower to take over another man's life, they can take over it.
Sounds like she's getting crab legs, steamed crab legs, and all the fixings.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, she not. No. My cousin who ain't doing that, she just don't care. She just don't care. It ain't all about that. It's like she just letting it go. She like, man, fuck that, man. I don't need that dude money.
She's not getting the crab legs and all the fixings.
No, she getting it, but she not caring if the dude provide for it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but the other sister, the other cousin, who's the sister, is actually giving a fuck about it, and she just stressing herself out, and she just bitter. So. Like this whole child support thing, man, it's a broke man system, man. It is. It's just truly a way just to control another person, whether it be male or female.
Facts.
Yo. I got another thing. How you can offend them?
How?
Sound like slavery.
Show them facts. Show them facts, data, and statistics. Show them facts, data. Here's the link of my stuff that proves my point. See how bad they get?
Men do it too.
The numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie. The numbers don't.
Men do it too. Your mama black. Your dad black. Who
So
hurt
we
you?
have anybody new on the panel? We have Big Homie Brolic. Hi, Big Homie Brolic.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
No, just chilling.
So what's your take on this topic?
Huh?
Nice. So what's your take on this topic?
Well, I came a little late, so you gotta catch me up to speed.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You gotta catch me up to speed.
All right, so basically the topic is, why do black women use the system / child support against black men? Why do you think that is?
Well, it's simple. Black women ain't shit.
Okay, that's one point. What's another point?
That's all I got. That's literally all I got.
Okay. Anybody else got anything?
Man, I
just want to know who hurt you, boo. Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Like, I'm late to the conversation. I just want to know how many brothers in here on that paperwork.
I'm happily on that paperwork.
Okay. So you didn't have a game to get your girl out that paperwork. Is that what I'm hearing?
I didn't have the game to.
Yeah.
No, I just I just gave. You know how they say you give a person enough rope to hang themselves. I mean, I knew what it is, so I just gave her enough rope, and she hung herself. So it's all good.
Man, I just think it's most strength. Like I said, I've seen it in person. It's most strength to let that shit go. Like, for real, let that shit go. Like, if a female want to get that $250 a month from you, then you at a loss at all points.
Nah, you're exactly right, brother. I mean, you just gotta. I mean, the thing about it is the person that give the least fuck wins. So if you have geared yourself up to not give a fuck, you're gonna win, because all they want to do, probably 80% of the time, is just try to hurt you. Basically, that's what it is. So if you don't give a fuck and you just kind of chalk it up as a loss, I mean.
And that's the best way you can offend them too. So that you're winning and don't bother you. They talk shit about you, let it know it don't bother me. I don't care. Look at them with a smile. They offended like that.
Yeah, and the only reason why child support is a trending topic is because most black men are affected by it. You feel me? Like most
Well,
of these
I mean, I have to disagree. That's not very true. But it's just 20% of the ain't shit dudes that they just keep twerking it for. That's who it affects most of the time.
No, it's for every black man that potentially enters into a relationship.
Yeah, it does affect most of us.
Most of
20% that they recycle and do it to, they take it out on most of us.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if your game, or if your, and I don't mean to say game, but I just don't want to go into a whole bunch of speech talk. But you know, if your talk ain't, if your system of relationships ain't up to par, then you're gonna end up like these rest of these dudes on paperwork.
You're not just strategic with yourself. Yeah, you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah, you're gonna get screwed. And but if you handle your business, if you paying what you're supposed to pay, if you living in your purpose, man, this child support ain't no issue to the most of the men that I deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta treat it as a business.
So tell us something. So tell the people something they don't know. Let it out. What it is. Don't hide it.
I'm not hiding nothing. All I'm saying is that most of the men who are in favorable position, who have children out of wedlock, are dealing with their baby mamas in a certain way. They're saying, "Hey, there ain't no point in putting me on this paperwork, or else you're gonna lose the masculinity that I have." You know, that's most of the men that I deal with who ain't on paperwork. Now, I can understand in urban society, like I will say this, in urban societies like Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Houston, and most of these societies, yeah, they got to deal with that shit. But most of the country people, man, they ain't dealing with this paperwork.
Right, I agree.
That's because it's a broke bitch hustle. And I don't mean to curse on your platform, but I mean that it is what it is.
Yeah. And somebody made a good point earlier saying that most black women use the system as their the baby daddy. You know, they use welfare. That's why they feel like they don't need no man, because they know they can get money regardless.
I'll be damned.
They're already tricking off and getting paid.
They are OnlyFans kicking off too.
Look, I'll be damned if I go raw on the chick and get her pregnant and I'll be on some paperwork, on some real stuff. Like it ain't happening. Like, I'm sorry.
That's why I say people fuck themselves into a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a system of brothers who just reckless, man, and they're not understanding their environment, man. If you try to shoot a fucking bear with a fucking bow and arrow, you're gonna have to deal with the fucking bear charging at you. You just gotta recognize your environment, and if you're going raw in the environment in which motherfuckers is coming at you at your check, then you foul. You know what I mean? Like I didn't lived in country, urban, industrial. I didn't live in different societies, and I understand the rules of the game. I'm the type of dude that knows where the nearest Planned Parenthood is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I know where the nearest. I know it costs $450, $425. I know what it costs. You know what I mean? And most of these cats is just going reckless, and they thinking that, and then the dudes like us gotta protect them because we trying to tell females, hey, it ain't like that. You know what I mean? Now, I'm sorry if I'm like speaking real reckless and real vague, but
you're good. Say what's on your mind.
Yeah, it's like I'm really tired of like having to speak up for cats who's just reckless. Like, man, I wear a condom every day of my life between 18 and 35. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? You know what I mean? like some of these cats is reckless, man, and then they want to complain on the back end on it. It's like, nah, man, homie, you fucked up. It's like, pay that paper. And your baby mama ain't shit, and she gonna use the Houston court, she gonna use the Indianapolis court, she gonna use the San Francisco courts to get her favor. You know what I mean? It's like, come on now.
Facts, the Renaissance chick. Child support is, effed up for men. I agree with you 100%.
It's like, and like I said, I don't want to take out my partner. I just came up real quick, and I just was like, man, I love this topic, and I've seen it from, like I said, without my cousins, I wouldn't really have a good standing point. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Without seeing in real life action and seeing two women have handled it differently. One woman got Facebook posters out the ass. Bitter and confused. One woman is like showing her best life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like who you want to be.
I agree with you.
And I must take my face off the mask because I must be coming too hard because I ain't hearing nothing back. Like you know what I mean?
What? All the guys are muted up. What's up? He's talking to y'all. Yeah, muted up. But we have
talking. I'm saying, motherfucker talking. Let him talk. He's venting.
It's not. It's like it's not like me. Like, look, I'm married. Like, I didn't handle my biz. I didn't went down with the shorty that I wanted to have. I ain't got to worry about the paperwork. I got a whole 6-year-old, and I ain't never had to worry about court system or nothing. You feel me? So it's like I'm outside of that. But when I see dudes who be complaining about it, I'm like, bro, you went raw for like 2 months straight. What the fuck? What is you talking about? Like you were. It's like, what is you talking about, bro? It's like, what is you talking about? Either pay that paper or either talk to her and be like, look, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna work this out. And if you ain't willing to do that, then your game weak. And that's what I meant by game is like your game weak. You feel me?
Facts.
Like your game must be garbage if you can't sit here and tell a female, hey, I'm gonna pick her up on Friday and like what is you
I'm listening to you, but you can't say somebody's game garbage because that female could be doing other extra shit to agitate that motherfucker. Maybe you never experienced that, so I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not in that situation. I don't have no kids. I don't have no child support. But I'm just saying, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Like I said, man, like I done been in a whole bunch of crazy ass situations. I ain't no female ever had no upper hand on me.
Well, that's good. At least he wasn't put on child support. Are you still with your child's mother?
Yeah. I'm married to her.
No, you say you're married to her.
Exactly. So you're one of the lucky ones. Not everybody is that lucky.
I'm not lucky. I'm the one of the average folk.
You say he's lucky. He was strategic of what he wanted and was careful what he chose to plant his seed in.
I'm the average man. This is how relationship. I'm the average man. I'm the what we supposed to be doing. You feel me?
You strategic of your choices, and
it's not strategic. It's not strategic. I did what God blessed me.
That is strategic. Yeah, you was careful of who you chose. You had standards, and you met a woman that met your standards.
Yeah.
You saw. Like I said, you were strategic. There's a lot of dudes not strategic. They just pay attention to how fine she looks. So what can she do after the sex is gone?
Kendrick, I put the link back out for you. Come back up when you get a chance.
Yeah, is she cooperative? Is she gonna let you lead? Is she gonna challenge your authority? If she ain't do none of that,
but I don't fuck chicks like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like
that's part of it. Yeah, you was strategic of who you chose, even when you had casual sex, and even who you wanted to choose as your wife. Everything's strategic and everything. Yeah, like when you make choices, some people are smart on how they choose, and some people just not.
Yeah, some people just wilding out here and then they get mad and then they want to come on these platforms and vent on women. It's like, nah, it ain't always the women, but it ain't always like bruh. Yeah. You ain't never like Planned Parenthood is not for men, like for women only. Like you can go to Planned Parenthood and get a whole bag of goodies. You know what I mean? You can get the Magnums, you can get the weak ass with the tuxedos, you can get the little gel. Yeah, you can get the whole goodie bag and you can figure out what worked for you. But still, bro, like it's like what is we talking about? I'm sorry. It feel weird because y'all like not talking, but
No, I'm sorry. I was trying to add somebody to the stream. But no, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. I don't know why my panelists aren't talking, but I do agree with you. But we have somebody new on the panel. Hi, Rihanna.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Melody? How you doing? What's up, GC?
Good.
Even though he's leaning back and all that. What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's
I'll
up?
say, hey, yeah. I'll say, man, dig this here. They ain't gonna give up that damn power.
no.
You know what I mean? They're not, dude. You know, they're giving too much power, man, to destroy man's lives. You know what I mean? To try to force man, to bend man to their will. You know, they're not gonna give that up for the typical traditional family structure. You know,
Agreed.
that's gonna be beneficial for them in the longevity. You know, they get off on this. You know, a lot of them prepare their minds to destroy another man's life and shit like that. You know what I mean? In the midst or before they even get with the dude.
Right.
You know, and a lot of them too like to use the kids and shit. You know what I mean? As tools to try to control the man, to turn them whichever way they want. You know what I mean? When they see the man has a great deal amount of love for his kids. You know, they like to use that to their advantage. They see that and they wanna be like, okay, bet nigga, if you don't get right, boom, this and this, you know what I mean? Hell, I ain't gonna let you see the kids and shit. They got many men are hurting by that shit, bro. You know what I mean? And it's not just you know what I mean, motherfuckers get over here venting and shit. You know what I mean? Hey, you can say that, bro. You know, because you know you smiling good. You know, hey, God bless you. You know what I mean? Hey, you got some good set up, whatever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it like, you know what I mean, in a sense like, look at these guys, what the fuck they're going through and all that shit. Dude, don't you think, man, nigga, if you was to go up to these motherfuckers right now and talk that kind of shit to them and them going through this amount of pain and all that shit and all these hours and all these man, damn it, what they got to put in through to just provide them and hell and just dealing with child support, in which case, damn it, I'm dealing with it my damn self. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm still persevering forward, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't letting shit stop me, you dig? So, especially when it comes to making bread. You know what I mean? I'm a lion out here. So, that's just me. Other motherfuckers, you know, they can't do it. They prefer to be lazy and shit. So,
Okay, Rihanna, so do you think women that's married should still be collecting child support?
Women that is married, should they still be collecting child support? Like,
yeah, well, let me explain that.
Okay.
So let's say, okay, if she was married to another man, isn't he supposed to take on the responsibilities of playing stepdad?
I mean, well, yeah, too, but then again, like, she shouldn't be trying to collect child support from the kid's father in that instances, because the father should be already about doing, you know what I mean, for his kids in the natural, you know what I mean, without having to have the government involved, you know, just so he can say, hey, look, see, I'm about taking care of my kids. Look here. Nah, I mean, it's just an innate thing that should already be there. So no, she should not be collecting money from the father when she's already married and the person the man who she's married to is well set to where, damn it, you know what I mean, to where they wouldn't even need the child support, you know what I mean? So, you know, but still, he still is a simp, you know what I mean, for taking on another man's, or trying to take up on another man's responsibilities and shit. And also remember too that when we was looking at some time ago about that when a man marries a woman that already has kids, he's going to basically be put on child support.
Right. Because he's the husband, because he's the stepdad, so he has to pay for a child that's not even his.
Give money to that.
So another reason to cut that off with the other father, you know what I mean, like paying child support. No, I mean, you know, what the hell? Because like she's gonna be getting double right there, man. Like hell, or triple. Hell, these bitches are winning.
So can two men be paying child support for the same child?
That's a good question. I'm not so sure about that one, to be honest.
I think so. I never heard a case of nobody making that an issue.
Yeah, because she can have two men believing they're the dad.
Even if they not the dad.
Exactly. Like the
Even if
stream
they not
of
the
it.
dad. It don't matter if they're the dad or not.
Right.
The funny thing about it also too, like you got this. She's making the stepfather work for the Kunani way more than the baby daddy. I mean, the child father. And most of the time, it usually the stepdaddy has more than a baby daddy, and she trying to make the baby daddy work for it. Put that 90-day rule on him, like.
Nigga, and I be the nigga. I ain't with the kid, my kid's mama. Hell, I wouldn't even touch that heifer with a 20-foot pole. You know what I mean? So salute to you. You know what I mean? Hey, you know y'all trying to keep it. You know what I mean? Hey, you know just to where y'all ain't bouncing around, just fucking with different people and shit like that, and being on this crazy shit. So that's good shit on you, man. You know what I mean? But I would still say, man, just just have some understanding that too, bro. That there's men out here going through shit, man. They're going through war dealing with these damn females. You know what I mean? And a lot of men like myself, they're trying to get ourselves together and shit like that. You know what I mean? To a point to where we can travel the hell out, and leave these heifers the hell alone.
Yo, I see it as this, man. I do like Riley from the Boondocks. Feed a cheddar biscuits. There you go. She's a hoe.
Man. Boy, I'm because I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all can keep these heifers. I ain't trying to stay on the plantation like that. This country already lost. This country already lost my damn loyalty, nigga. So I'm good.
I have a question. If the men have shown like a history in recent times of being oppressed based on the law, and like even till today they're still complaining about being oppressed by the law, like what is to prevent that situation from happening if you move somewhere else? Like you're still gonna have to deal with people trying to subjugate you potentially with the law. So how like at what point, or like where do you see that as a possibility or not? And if so, what would you guys say is the solution?
Those kind of things, I say it's like, okay, they're saying like, okay, man, the other women over there, gonna do the same shit.
Not even women. Not even women.
Like women here, so you might as well stay here on the plantation. No,
not women.
Recorded. Man.
Not just women. No, I'm talking about like any force in society that tries to use the law to subjugate you. I'm saying in this case, yeah, it's the women. Before it was the women, it was the European people. So it's like you're still dealing with people, other people subjugating you, and they're using the law to do it. So I'm saying that factor exists in any potential society. So like, do you see that as a threat potentially? Not just dealing with women. Like you could have a good relationship with the women, but the society at large, the other men in the society, like any group that might see you as a threat and wants to try to target you, like what would you say to that?
I would. I mean, that's coming into it with paranoia, man. You know what I mean? Like, we can't really say like, there's a total equation to the mentality traits of people over here, and versus over there. You know what I mean? It's not the same. You got a lot more cool, friendly motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You got your rural areas where like, hey, those urban areas where, hey, you come in there on some flashy shit. You know what I mean? You're gonna get effed up. You know what I mean? Because you're being on some dumb shit. You ain't, it's all about how you conduct yourself, man. You know what I mean?
That's true. That part is true on an individual level.
But hold on. Like we gotta really cut the bullshit. We gotta like accountability is accountability. Like when you fucking something, you need to have the understanding that you gonna get somebody pregnant. Women or men. Like
me in my case, I fucked up because I rushed. You know what I mean? I rushed the shit. I was the dumbass. You know what I mean? But granted though, hey, Do I love my kids any less? Hell no. I love my daughters to death.
Yeah.
And not even the gates of hell will stop me, damn it, from fucking a motherfucker up over them.
So pull-out game was like negative 5,000.
Yep, mine was. Yep. That shit was good, nigga. That shit was good at the time, man. Shit.
Hey, man, I remember my 16-year-old girlfriend. Like, I don't understand how I got her put pregnant, but I understand how I didn't get her pregnant. You feel me? So I feel you what you saying. You know, you one of them cats that got it.
Oh hell yeah, bullshit. Hey, you know what I mean? And I bust my ass for mine too, boy. Hey, work, do whatever. Hey, bro, there's times where my nigga, I don't work 2 security jobs. My nigga throw motherfuckers out of clubs, concerts, all that shit. Whatever I gotta do, damn it, to get them diapers. You hear me?
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I mean? Clothes, without every damn thing, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know what I mean? Once you get into that stage as a father, you feel me? So therefore, which why I can't understand why there's dudes out here that there's some dudes out here, damn it, they ain't about taking care of their damn kids and shit like that. You know what I mean? But the thing is though, there's a lot of mothers though. But the prime thing is, there's a lot of mothers though, damn it, that makes it hard for the man to be the father, man, the natural father that he should be, that he wants to be for his kids. You know. Because like me, hell, I have desires, damn it, hell, to do all this and this, not my kids and shit like that. But damn it, but there's times where, damn it, I gotta battle with her on that shit. You feel me? And that shit gets tiring. So yes, even though I'm a nigga with kids, I'm at the ready to get my passport and dip, take a break from you motherfuckers. Shout out to my brother O'Shea. I've been dealing with you some bitches for 30-some years. My nigga just turned 40 some time ago. Yeah, I love you niggas from afar. So I'm already at that mindset right now, nigga. I mean, yeah, before I even go over there. So, and because it's lost, man. I mean, and to the topic, dude, it's ain't no changing these hippos, bro. You know what I mean? They you telling them to get rid of that power that they got from the damn government, from the white daddy government. You know what I mean? Hey, they ain't give that shit up, man. Yeah, I mean, the message is already out there, you know what I mean, pointing out to a lot of their fuckeries in their own categories. So, therefore, it's already out there. So, they ain't pretty much more of talking we can do to these motherfuckers, man. You know, these are succubus. We were talking about demons.
I done seen some A, B, C, D, E, F, G amended case courses for child support. You know, that's when the woman get the dude, put him on child support, then they get back together, they live in the same household, and then they come back and then they take him
that will never happen in the name of Jesus. That will not happen.
See, you know what I mean? That's when what you guys are talking about is the abuse of the system, where women are using the system to systematically control them. Aries, like there could be a whole vocabulary book on child support and everything involved. But from my standpoint, like I keep saying, is like, look, man, you gotta have game from the start. And if you ain't got game and you having sex, then you gonna have a whole bunch of problems. You know, us as black men, we gotta teach them the game like at 13, not even 13, 12. Like, look. This is what it is. This is what kind of court case you're going to have. This is what kind of hearing you're going to have. This is what kind of how it's going to affect your trade. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to college, but hey, if you want to be a HVAC, you're not going to have an HVAC license because they didn't do your shit. You know what I mean? And Texas, and I'm in Texas, and they cold with it. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They'll take your whole CDL. You can't even register your whole vehicle.
Oh, it's like that over in New York. Yeah, when you on back child support, there's certain license you can't get.
How you gonna tell me I can't register my vehicle? Which is like, I can have a bucket, I can have a Pinto, and you telling me I can't register that whole just because I owe this whole $3,000?
Hey, I'm on child support, but thank God I ain't got to worry about none of that shit because I'm good in those numbers.
Like I think remember we did a panel when they showed the videos of the dudes who was put on false child support for child support fraud from these women, and some of them had back child support so much that you couldn't get licenses to even try to pay it up. for certain jobs. So like,
but that's why we gotta educate our brothers, man. We gotta tell them like from the gate, man. It's not you're not just getting a chick pregnant from the gate. You about to get a whole bunch of things that are affecting your future.
Hey, but to dig this though, be prepared though, man, with these little niggas though, man, because they don't want to listen either. You know what I mean? They don't want to listen either. So shit, they a lot of them too fucked up. Damn it, hell. Like I about damn near snatched this motherfucker up damn before my coworkers grabbed me and shit. I about to slam this motherfucker up on top of his shit because damn it, he was talking shit. I was gonna slam him right on concrete. So these motherfuckers, these little niggas, man, be prepared for some though, man. Hell, when they don't want to listen, damn it, hell, fuck them. Move on to the next damn the motherfuckers that will. But thing is, I ain't trying to stay on this damn plantation like that damn long to be sitting here, damn it, trying to play evangelist to these little niggas like that. So no, because I'm good. I'll let y'all niggas do that.
Yeah, but that's why, like I said, I knew already what Planned Parenthood was about from the gate. Like I already knew about tuxedos and with the weak ass, what's that, Trezinex or Trurex, that weak ass brand, that shit that break like every 30 seconds, man. Fuck that. You gotta like teach the young brothers like the game. You know what I mean? Like we can't just leave them abandoned. But if they fall to it, then we can't see.
They got YouTube, nigga. they take their ass right to YouTube, motherfucker.
But they're not gonna learn. Oh, Turex, fuck a Turex. You know what I mean? Like, man, we're not gonna teach these brothers about but we can at least like show them. Like, that's the one thing that I've learned is that at least you can show them where it's at. You're not gonna be able to teach them, but you're not gonna be able to show them. You feel me?
Like I'd rather teach you how to fish than get you to fish, motherfucker.
Nah, fuck that. Yeah, I'd rather show you the pole where to get the pole. I'd rather show you no homo, Dick's Sporting Goods. And then like, hey, this is where you get the pole, that's where you get your license. But what you do with the motherfucking fish and the shit, then go ahead. But you know what I mean? That's the way you're supposed to do it. Don't be just going out here trying to go under the bridge trying to grab some fish. I know about that.
And the best thing is now is for brothers though, man, for the young cats to stop getting these damn girls pregnant. Damn it, shit, leave these motherfuckers alone. Stop it. Hell, you fuck them, you get them pregnant, them, especially when you raw dog king and little nigga. Yeah, you gonna come out. Yeah. She gonna give you hell. She gonna give you hell. And you know what I mean. And I'm telling motherfucker, hey, you basically waiting them to win the lottery and shit, damn it, hell, to get to a motherfucker like motherfuckers like in your position. You know what I mean, where you ain't got to worry about going through all that drama and shit. Yeah. So it's best for a man to take the advice, damn it, hell, to leave these damn masculine ass fucking saber tooths alone. You know what I mean? And shit, and find a woman, damn it, who's feminine, damn it, who's willing to be about your damn program. And she ain't willing to be about your damn program, dismiss her ass. Because, damn it, you dealing with them damn crazy ass vipers. Leave them motherfuckers alone.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I guess, like, what you trying to insinuate is I was lucky. I don't think I was lucky. I was having more sex than most of my friends. So I just think that I just knew the game from an early age.
So, new ask, are y'all just talking or is there any actual solutions? What do you guys
I just spit a damn solution.
And I think I'm spitting the same solution. Like, hey, like, teach these young cats the real game. Stop trying to teach them to fuck, but teach them how to fuck. Like, no homo, but just teach them how to fuck. You know what I mean? Like, go down to your health department. They're going to have an open cell. They're going to have an open bag. They're going to give you a whole little bag, and you can figure out what worked for you. And that's going to help you stop getting these females pregnant. That's my game. I don't know what everybody else's game is, but that's my game. I've been taught from an early age to, hey, take this little bag, figure out what worked for you. If you want to use that KY jelly, go ahead. You might
as well start it. You might as well start a damn boys club then. Shit, number boys, damn hell.
Man, come on now. Like I know. Like I moved. I came from an urban city where there was a Planned Parenthood in like every black neighborhood, and then I moved to the country, and I realized that that responsibility was placed on the health department. But it's still the same game. You gotta teach these brothers how to have sex. You can't sit here and just be like, oh, you fucking this girl and then pull out game is gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work. These niggas ain't built for that. You gotta teach them how to use the right condom. Teach them what KY is, what that shit for.
What do you mean they're not built for that? Wait. That's like the eat.
I'll let you take it from here. I'll let y'all niggas take it from here.
What the fuck?
Yo, it's in the Bible. Like how did this get lost? How did this technique get lost in humanity? It's not the same. I'm not recommending doing it, but it does. Like at what year was this technique lost to the ages? Like.
But ain't no man built for pull-out game, man. So we gotta teach them a different method. And as long as we teach them something, then at least we can say we did say something. But damn,
bro, that was in the Bible though. It worked in the Bible even. Like
man, that
like,
shit ain't worked in the Bible. What's his face had dropped the seed? What was it?
Yeah. He pulled out. I learned that as a kid. I was like, oh, so that works. I was like, I heard that story. I was like, oh, okay. So why do these dudes keep doing this if all they had to do was just take like 2 steps backwards? Like, like what? Is it like a mental thing? Like what? Like, is it like a lack of anyway?
Man, come on now.
But you teaching the right thing. Yeah, you teaching the right thing. But I'm asking the question though.
Yeah. What basically what I'm saying is that most men do not really give a fuck about the pull-out game. It's really an 80-20 game on the pull-out game. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real about it. Like, I was 16 at a time, man. Me and my little high school sweetheart had sex like jackrabbits. You know what I mean? We had our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday meet up, and we having sex all during the time besides 1 week during the month. And even then,
check the private chat, Melody.
So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
okay, I just checked that.
From my understanding, though, the sperm and pre-cum is like it doesn't even move. Like it was kind of like it's sperm, but it's not like very mobile. It's not the type that's gonna make it to the finish line for the most part. That's my understanding. Somebody could correct me, but that's what I remember researching years ago. But definitely correct me.
Come on now, how many times pull-out game is trash?
I'm not recommending it, but I'm just saying, like, it is if dudes, it's something else like that. Like, is that why people get pregnant? They don't understand how the whole operation works. It's like,
I think they just don't understand how condoms work and why. Like,
they don't understand that they make the conscious decision to ejaculate in a woman that is going to lead to pregnant. Like, wow, like how are you that disconnected from reality? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. It's like, you know, you get like out of 100 times you may have had sex, even if you're only having sex with 1 or 2 people, that the idea that a man is gonna not do what a man naturally does is just ridiculous. You have to teach the man healthy behaviors that can prevent.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm so look, like I said, I was lucky to have, like I said, Planned Parenthoods within a block of where I live, so I understood kind of like, okay, I could try the Truex, I could try the Tuxedo, this Magnum might work, this one, like I understood that it was a game or a system, but most cats ain't built for that, like, you know. I remember when for real talk, I remember when I moved to the country, I used to buy condoms, right? My homeboy used to come through and be like, hey, you got a condom? I'd be like, bro, that was like $5, man. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? I'm about to sit here and pay $5 for you to have sex with a female, and I need all 3 of these hoes. You know what I mean? And the disconnect of the game is just, it's just different, you know, and we're not passing it on, and we're thinking that the pull-out game is.
So you're saying in some parts it might be a financial problem? That's
Yeah, man, condoms is like what, $5 at 7-Eleven? $3.59.
Like depends. I guess it depends, like where what you have access to in terms of retailers.
And trust me, I need some specialty brand. I didn't learn my shit. I need ultra thin, like like I need my special brand. So I'm willing to go to 2 or 3 stores to figure out the shit that I need. You know what I mean? But that take years of like research. That take years of trying. Like I can't do a Turex. And I'm sorry to keep bringing up Turex, but we all know what Turex is. I hope. I don't know.
Nah, well, can you spell that? Can you spell that? I don't know what that is. Can you spell that?
Turex.
T-U-R-E. I'm gonna look that up.
Turex is basically like you fucking a fucking rubber balloon, like with no water in it. It's just fucking thick as fuck. You ain't feeling shit.
I got some Turkish. I got like a Turkish.
Durex. Yeah, Durex. I'm sorry. I got some Turkish. Like that was Turkish stock. Yeah. But like, you know, the whole tuxedo brand that man, I done went through the like I said, you can't like I done like after like age 19, I done figured out what brand works for me. So that's why I didn't get any female pregnant after 26 or 28. You feel me? And that's what we need to pass on to the younger generation is like, hey, figure out what brand will work for you. Some cats like Magnums. I'm like, why you want to have Magnums and your dick gonna slip out that hole? Like, niggas be wearing Magnums and I'll be like, bro, your dick too little, you gonna get pregnant.
So you saying so you saying it was based on ego that a lot of some of these pregnancies are happening are based on ego, is based on people buying inappropriate equipment and going into battle and then they lose their top, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you going in with tanks, but you only got Honda Civic gas tanks. It's like,
that's a shame.
You know what I mean? It's like you going in there tripping. Like, and it ain't no, and I know we like I'm just talking like funny stuff, but like, come on, man, this is real shit, man. Cats need to learn how to make sure that they not getting females pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, and if you having a main shoulder, you know how to. Like, I learned most of my females had child support, not child support, but I mean child the patch and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man.
Don't forget the morning after pill if a mistake does happen.
The morning after pill costs $59.
It don't matter to stop a pregnancy and unwanted one.
What youngster at like 21, 22, 20, like what person at that age can flip up $60 on a day and within 2 days? Come on now.
I mean, anybody could if they don't want to get pregnant. And I think it's 48 hours they have to do it.
You just need $50, but if they don't have the money for the regular stuff, then morning after pill. I mean, I guess you probably shouldn't be doing it if you ain't got the money and then ejaculating. It's kind of a weird thought process. Give us lack of accountability.
Exactly.
So this is a good conversation about contraceptive, though. I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, definitely. But everybody's muted up. Are you guys there?
Somebody said they was taking notes.
Right.
I'm taking notes.
Hi, Jalen.
I was
Wait, what's on your mind, Jalen? On the topic.
What's on my mind?
Oh, you have an echo, Blue. Blue, mute up. All right, go ahead. What's on your mind about the topic?
I think dudes should stop getting girls pregnant because you know kids cost a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I ain't trying to have kids though. I'm good.
So your solution is don't have any kids.
No, until marriage, then that's it.
Blue, mute up, please. So you're saying don't have any kids until marriage? Okay,
Yes,
that's a good solution.
that's a solution.
Definitely. What about you, Supervision?
Well, I was just looking in the chat and somebody was saying like they pointed out like do the men like understand like the women that they're dealing with their fertility cycles? I mean, I guess it would be hard if you're just kind of doing it real quick in like a one-time type of thing, but like if you was actually dealing with the woman for a substantial period of time, you should know her like her cycle. So it's like you already know that there's a period of time where the act is likely to happen, and if you don't want to do it, you have a lot of precaution, and even if you did mess up, you still had the plan B. So it's like what is dudes really trying to do is like is something going on with their mind, like because it shouldn't be happening. It's a very specific act with a very specific time window. Like it's real. It's not an accidental type of thing. It's like, oh, you accidentally skeeted in a woman during her most fertile period of time during the month. It's like that's like that. You can't say that's an accident. That sounds like a specific act, an intentional act. Either way you want to cut it, unless you actually like slipped and some crazy stuff happened. You know what I mean? Like that Eminem song.
Yeah, the slip and fell, and
Yeah,
yeah.
Unless you got something like that, it's like, nah, you wanted to get her pregnant. Like
Yeah, but
you
some
can't
men
say
don't
it.
understand. I mean, basically, she knew, but some men don't understand that cycle, how it works.
Damn, like, why is you even dealing with these people then? Like you, it's like you gotta get some knowledge first. Like, I mean,
Right?
maybe that makes sense to me. Like, that's crazy.
Some guys just have one night stands, though. You ever thought
And
of
you
that?
shouldn't. Yeah, but then you shouldn't be putting no deposits down on a one night stand. Like that's an investment. You making a short term rental and then you making an investment in a short term. Like it don't make sense. Like it don't match up to the contract. Unless you're just
True.
wild like that.
True. So, Game Changer, you there? I know Game Changer said he was busy, but yeah, he's busy, so he's not there. How about you, Mel? You've been quiet. What's going on? Rayhanma, you there? What, everybody sleep? I'm up here?
I'm here.
What's
I'm
going
here.
on?
I'm here.
So, we already covered the child support aspect of it. What
Yeah.
about the let me see what else. So we
The
already
pull-out
covered,
game. Shit.
we covered that already, the pull-out game. Okay, so what do you guys, all right, so let's talk about pull-out game, okay?
Niggas pull out their
Shit.
But
Oh no.
before you go on now, I gotta say one thing: is people do need to learn how to interface with the law enforcement or the police. If that's an issue, though, at the end of the day, if they could just say something like maybe you should go introduce yourself to your local police department so they know you and you have a relationship with them ahead of time. It's like there are solutions in place that you can implement in your own individual life, but you can't just be like, oh, everything is biased. We can't do nothing, because that's a defeatist position. So you have to look at what options and what assets you do have that you can utilize. And you can build a personal relationship with people.
That's facts. That way, if she calls the cops on you, they already know. They already know you.
You can give them a heads up, like, yeah, we
Right.
having issues right now and la might happen. So at least they got something on the record, and like you just have to learn how to interface with these people and in these types of situations, because that's part of being, a man or a woman in society. You gotta know how to deal with, societal forces.
Exactly.
and accept the repercussions of your actions.
True.
Like
Oh,
niggas,
yeah.
that, like I said, like I see ABCD courses cases on domestics, and then be like, damn, bro, what the fuck?
I mean, bottom line, a lot of these women need to be more accountable, man. It
Yeah.
just keeps showing that a lot of these women are needing to face more accountability, than the men. Like a lot of men don't have an issue, to face accountability. Hell,
But where do you
it's
think the
them.
accountability will come from, though? Like, where is the place? Like, it's going like sometimes one person's lack of accountability is at the expense of somebody else not being able to put them in an accountable position. So that there has to be some like equilibrium between that.
They may end up hitting the wall and realizing like, damn, like, you know, they got no choice but to face it. But then again, there's a lot of them too. They're like, hell, even in their 50s and 60s, damn hell, they can't even take accountability. So
guys, make sure y'all like the stream. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share.
Yeah. They're gonna have to face what the hell they do. Sometimes they're gonna have to face all that fucked up shit they're doing. But nobody can, force them. They're gonna have to, like, they're gonna have to come about it themselves, man. Nobody can force them to take accountability. You know what I mean? So.
But like I said,
unless the laws change, which that ain't gonna happen.
I have two cousins that have two different lifestyles. They're both sisters. They both live two different ways, man. One cousin's like living her life, dealing with her children. One cousin's trying to use the system to hold her brother down from 5,000 miles away, man. This shit's crazy.
What?
Yeah, like her dude is like from a whole nother up north state, and she lives in Texas, and it's just like, okay, homeboy got a whole nother life, and you keep trying to pull these little cases from the Texas court, and I'm like, bro, what is you? But I understand she just like that though. She bitter and like that, so I get it. You feel me?
That sound like some fugitive slave act type stuff.
But I mean, that's just how she is, like, you know what I mean? And the other cousin, like I said, she just let it go. She got a whole baby daddy and a whole nother baby. She actually got two baby daddies, and both of them she ain't put on paperwork. But both kids living good because she just was like, man, I'm gonna take care of these kids. Like, on some real shit. She like, I'm so proud of her. She like, man, I'm gonna take care of my kids. I'm gonna handle my business. Whatever they eat, they clothe, they do their shit. You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, I think that the court system is definitely used as a bully pulpit for the black man, or at least men in general.
True. And this is not only a black man and woman problem. This is the everybody problem, if you ask me. So maybe I shouldn't have put black men and women in the title. But yeah, this goes on
The thing
everywhere.
is, though, but the thing is, men in other countries, though, they ain't going through this shit. Ain't that a bit?
No, in other countries, not really. No, it's just here in the Western world.
Yeah.
It might be some European countries too. I don't know. I don't have the facts in front of me, but I would assume that I've heard of other gender or sex issues and tensions between other nations.
From what I've seen, damn it,
Europe.
via YouTube, hell, I've seen that damn feminism shit is strong over there in London.
Yeah.
Strong than motherfucker.
And I think Canada has like an automatic trigger for child support too. I don't know the exact mechanism for it, but I think Canada has like an automatic like trigger for child support.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you now.
If people don't give up power though, how often do people give up power though? To Tim Howard at the chat, like, people are usually forced to step down.
Well, do y'all
a lot of times, it's heavy pressure.
Do y'all think that child support is a system of women's rights and voting, in terms of if I choose to go pro women's child support, I can get enough votes for it? Is that kind of, that's what I'm kind of hearing from us, is that it's a power structure based on political agenda from, much like how the New Deal was. There was enough black people to say that, hey, we can vote these motherfuckers out of office. because we
What?
have the pool. Yeah.
You mean like a judge?
I mean,
What? Could you restate the question? I didn't hear it. All right. What was the question?
What I'm saying is that do you think child support is a system of of the geopolitical power that enough women can have it, that they will vote somebody in from up top to bottom? It doesn't have. It could be from local all the way up to federal.
I don't really understand the question.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's enough women that will vote for it that somebody can get voted in to approve any rule that's involved with it.
You think
You're
so?
saying like you think that they can use like people can promise them stuff and use that to get themselves voted into power? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, they call that like politicization. It's just like making promises, like, but that you don't have to necessarily cash them in, but you just make promises, like open-ended promises.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying is that there's enough women involved there's enough broken women involved, or there's enough people involved that can believe in this type of system that could be beneficial to a politician.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a threat. That's a threat in a society, yeah. Well, you can get a faction of people to kind of overthrow the rules of a society or, create alternative systems. That when you look at like the founding of the country, this is kind of some of the stuff that they were worried about when they first put down the republic, is that they would have factions that would pop up and try to do their own type of mob rule and create their own system. So kind of, yeah, I agree that's what's happening. And that's kind of what can happen in any society is, some group massing up and being led by, leaders who pop up and promise them whatever, or lead them whatever, allow them to, live a certain type of lifestyle that may not be beneficial. And they kind of use that to leverage them for power. And yeah.
I think that's definitely what happened. I think definitely there's enough men who've seen the benefit of saying, hey, women, we'll get your child support. We'll get your child support if you vote me in the office. And that may even at 33% of the populate vote, I'll take that. If you were telling me I'm going into an election and I can get 33% if I can get 90% of women and 33% of the population to vote for me, I would probably take that based on just child support. If I'm making my my point clear.
Yeah, you definitely made it clear. But this was supposed to be a short show because yeah. So any final thoughts, guys? I'm gonna start with, let me see what I can start with. Let's start with Mel. Final thoughts, Mel? Okay. Supervision.
Damn,
Final
this is the
thoughts?
first time Mel went out.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people either left or they're quiet. I know GC was busy today.
Final thoughts is like, first off, like is your sperm, it's in your body. First off, you have control over it, so don't release it unless you want to, and you've done the proper inspection and have the proper agreement with that woman. And that may not be a marriage agreement, that may just be some private agreement that y'all have, but whatever you're doing, you got to know what you're doing and know how to control it, and ultimately know what the consequences of your decisions are going to be or could be potentially in law and socially, economically, etc. And the men also need to get a better understanding of the law and civics so that they can better deal with these situations which they may encounter if they want to have a family or whatever. So that's what I got to say. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna take Ray Hanma next. Final thoughts?
Yeah, just like what bro said, just be careful who you sleep with. Make sure that you wear rubber always. Don't trust that pull out game bullshit. Real talk. And just focus on building yourself, to a better you, increase your value. You know, don't worry about these females. You know what I mean? If you do come across dealing with females, hey, wear a rubber.
Facts.
So
Love that.
that's all I got. And I may go live a little later too. So I'm doing laundry right now. So yeah, that's why I've been a little quiet myself.
Okay, well, I'll be there, definitely. Blue, any final thoughts?
Definitely like what old boy was saying. You got to teach people, take them to parenthood, get the right tools that they need to use, and watch who you decide to have sex with, ladies and females. And we won't have the child support thing. That's that they taking control of that. They have control of that, so that's something that they using as a tool on a female to put pressure on a male.
Well,
That's
thank
my
you so much.
final thought.
Thank you so much, Blue. I appreciate it. And yes,
You're
so
welcome.
I am at 815 subs. I need to get to 1,000. So everybody, please share this video, like, and subscribe so I can get to my 1,000. And I'm gonna have a giveaway. Pretty much, I'm gonna be giving out money when I get to 1,000 subs, and we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a good time.
Okay.
So, yeah, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Help me get these viewers and these subscribers.
Damn, I didn't know you was that close. Shit.
I'm very close. I'm so excited. All right, so we're gonna have Jalen the man next. Jalen, what are your final thoughts?
I tell men and women like this, stop having kids out of wedlock or suffer the consequences. That's all.
That's
Promise.
facts. Yeah.
Nice and short. All right, E Black TV. What are your final thoughts?
Well, thank you for first opening up the platform. I really appreciate it. Anytime that, we have young men or men in general or black people in general just speaking out, it's always appreciated. So thank you. Secondly, first of all, like, bro, y'all we gotta start going back into teaching each other or teaching our young men the responsibility of sex. We got to teach the women the responsibility and accountability of sex. And that's really all I got to say. I mean, the stakes are getting higher and higher every year. Sooner or later, sex is going to be like going to a casino, You're going to have to end up paying, or you're going to have to pay a government official to have sex, So, I mean, be mindful, but more particularly men, if you want to have sex, at least know how to have sex responsibly. And that's really all right. We can beat this with a drum, man. I'm over it right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely here too.
It's like, bro, you already know. So it's like, it is what it is. So I appreciate you opening up the platform to this type of discussion, and I wish you well for your platform and channel.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, sis. I appreciate for you having me on. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you. I want you guys to always come on and give your opinion. Definitely. Okay, so Game Changer, are you there? No, he's still gone.
Oh, he's still there.
Probably knocked out.
No, he said he was busy today, so I knew he couldn't come on. But all right, everybody, thanks for coming, and everybody, make sure you hit that like button. My next show is probably gonna be tomorrow. I have a interesting topic, so be prepared for that. Okay, peace, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
All right, peace, Melvin.
Peace, Melvin.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Hey.
Peace.